Now, meteorologist Kevin Skarupa with your Stormwatch 9 forecast.
After 10 or 11 days of higher humidity, we have the bluer sky and not much haze in the air as well. This is a gorgeous mid-September afternoon with lower humidity levels, which we basically hang on to now going forward. Of course, as we've been watching over the last several days, we have been continuing to track Hurricane Lee. Top winds currently at around 90 miles an hour. Sustained forward speed at around 14 miles an hour. Now, as that continues to pick up and move into cooler water, we will continue to see the maximum winds come down a bit. You can see they are down to 90 miles an hour after being 100 miles an hour with the last advisory at 5 o'clock this morning. So it is a Category 1 hurricane lifting northward and expected to be that way through Saturday morning when that system is eventually making its closest pass to us as we work our way into Saturday afternoon. So more comfortable with sunshine. We continue to track Hurricane Lee and its possible effects for us. High surf will be the main feature that we can pretty much guarantee at this point. As far as any sort of wind gusts or any sort of rain on the very western edge of this, we'll have more on that in just a moment. For the time being, it is sunshine and just a few high clouds. The line that you are seeing here denotes the difference between all of that humidity we've had lately and the drier air continuing to filter in out of Canada. And there's a look at Lee, which again will continue to now lift northward over the next 36 hours. We're in the 60s to lower 70s. Most areas above 70 degrees this afternoon, some upper 60s up north. We go into this evening, 45 to 55 for lows tonight. A chance to open up the windows for the first time in a while. And as you will notice, clouds increase tomorrow, but from a little bit of a different direction, and they will thicken up later in the afternoon. These are the northwestern reaches of what is Hurricane Lee currently, and we will continue to see those clouds increase until the system makes its closest pass sometime on Saturday. And for more what to expect with that on Saturday, let's head to meteorologist Jacqueline Thomas.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Of course, as Kevin mentioned, we have the latest update from the National Hurricane Center as of 11 o'clock this morning, now down to a Category 1 hurricane, sustained winds of 90 miles per hour. It's still a very strong, powerful storm moving north at 14 miles per hour, continuing to pick up speed as it pushes northward. And you'll notice how the cone has narrowed yesterday into today, kind of getting a better idea as to where this is actually going to track. But the actual impacts are going to be felt beyond that cone, and that's why we're keeping a close eye on this still, even though there has been a slight eastward shift. What that does mean is a good thing for us because likely lesser impacts as far as wind or rain are concerned. But either way, we are talking about very rough surf expected here as we head into the end of our week. The rip current risk remains elevated and high waves are likely as we head through the end of our week as well. So that type of coastal impact, some minor beach erosion and a little bit of surge possible too. The gusty winds and the heaviest rain, the strongest winds, that's all staying a little bit further east with that latest shift. So here's what we're looking at. Highest wave heights as we head into tomorrow. Those waves will start to pick up. That surf begins to build 3 to 6 feet as we head through Friday. And then as we get into Saturday, when the hurricane makes its closest pass to us, that storm passes through the Gulf, you'll notice that the wave heights pick up 6 to 9 feet. Could see some 10-foot plus waves as you head a little bit further offshore and a little bit further out into the open water. But that all recedes pretty quickly as we head through Sunday. We see big improvements. Then, as far as the wind goes, well, as we head through the next couple of days, gusts begin to pick up, especially at the coast. Can't rule out some gusts up near 40 to 50 miles per hour right at the coast, and then some gusts 30 to 40 as you head closer towards Manchester. But beyond that, generally 20, maybe 30 mile per hour gusts. So the wind's really going to be restricted further off to the east. Kevin.
Yeah, and this is one of those scenarios that usually beyond a hurricane, there usually isn't any nicer weather than that. And we do have one shower chance Monday, but that's it for most of next week. So again, we get by Lee and its closest pass Saturday, and it is almost clear sailing minus a shower chance on Monday. Temps will be in the lower and mid 70s. Humidity not returning next week.